You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hi, Days of Our Lives fans. Well, EJ DiMera's time is running out. He is up to no good, and before too much longer, karma comes for him and he's shot in the chest, and it could be a fatal wound. But who would do such a thing to Salem's ex-district attorney? It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about the pretty fat list of people who might put a bullet or two or three in EJ and end Dan Feuerriegel's run on the Peacock soap. And if you're not subscribed already, please click that button. After seeing EJ DiMera get shot in the 60th anniversary Day of Days mega promo, I have spent a lot of time thinking about who would shoot him and why. And judging by the expression on his face when he's shot, it definitely looks like EJ knows his assailant. The murder or attempted murder, depending on how it goes, happens in the DiMera living room, and EJ sees the shooter and asks, "What are you doing?" So not an unknown assailant. I've actually got 7 possible shooters to talk to you about, along with one honorable mention. But I'm going to keep it brief on each one because, frankly, there's just a whole laundry list of people that might put a bullet into the power-hungry DiMera dude. And be sure and stick around until the end, and I'm going to show you the shooting scene so you can think about the list I just gave you while you watch that promo again. All right, first of all, I want to start with Police Commissioner Jada Hunter. I could see her pretending like she shot EJ in the line of duty, but it just being plain old murder. Jada could even get hold of a gun and put it in EJ's hand and claim it was self-defense in line of duty. There is somebody else in the room when it happens, but they might be conspiring with her, and you can't really see who it is. You know, might be Chad, who knows. But I could see Jada wanting to kill EJ DiMera for kidnapping Rafe and keeping him captive in the basement, and also for putting twisted rapist Arnold in her life and other crimes against humanity. Would Jada play judge, jury, and executioner? Maybe. Second, let's talk about the kidnap victim himself, Rafe Hernandez. While EJ dragged off Rafe and tied him up in the basement, the former police commish turned private eye isn't usually a murderous sort of man, but finding out while he was held captive that Arnold was lurking around Jada might make Rafe snap and do something violent and out of character. Plus, if Arnold winds up in Jada's bed, that might really drive Rafe to have enough anger in his heart to shoot EJ. And also, it's hard to tell in the sequence of events from the promo because there is somebody with EJ while he's laying down after he's shot, but in the promo, it looks like he's completely alone when he's shot. So that person may come in after the fact. Probably they will, because it is supposed to be a big murder mystery. So don't get caught up too much in seeing that person there, because I doubt there'll be a witness. All right, third, let's not forget awful Arnold Finnegan. He is a bad man who's got no particular love for EJ. And let's face it, Arnold is a huge problem for EJ. If the cops find out he's alive and arrest Arnold, he would sing like a canary and tell Jada all about EJ's past bad deeds. And what Arnold could tell the cops would be enough to put EJ in prison for life. So he might threaten Arnold, even threaten to kill him. And if EJ does that, Arnold might decide to beat him to the punch and kill EJ preemptively before he can kill him. All right, fourth, let's talk about somebody who is not known to go around killing people, but might make an exception for EJ DiMera. And that is his ex-father-in-law, Roman Brady. We know he has long hated EJ for blackmailing his daughter, Sammi Brady, into bed. And even worse, he impregnated her when he forced her into bed. In coming weeks, Roman tells Johnny that his dad, EJ, is a rapist. And yes, that sex between Sammi and EJ, that first time when she got pregnant, was non-consensual. He told Sammi he was going to let her then husband Lucas Horton die if she didn't put out. Plus, Josh Taylor might be ready to retire as Roman, so him shooting EJ would be a cool way to end his run on Days of Our Lives. All right, fifth, we cannot forget Roman's daughter, EJ's ex-wife, Sammi Brady. Even though she later fell in love with EJ, his early on obsession was problematic, but Sammi forgave him eventually. However, EJ covering for Arnold and letting that creep that raped her run around loose might be one rape too many. I mean, who could blame Sammi if she put a couple of bullets right into EJ's dark, dark heart to make sure he could never do something like that again to her or anyone else? Now, this is a side note. This is my honorable mention person. Although he didn't make my official list, another man who loves Sammi and who might decide on revenge served cold would be Lucas Horton. He still adores Sammi enough to kidnap her and frame EJ. And I have to mention him as a remote possibility, but I just don't think Lucas would shoot EJ, primarily because he just got out of prison for the kidnapping and he doesn't want to be behind bars again. But he did cross my mind, but then I kind of crossed him off the list, but I felt like I should mention him in case he was on your mind when you're listening. The sixth person on my list of potential shooters is also family. Would Johnny DiMera get a gun and make his own father pay? Maybe. Usually he's a pretty sweet guy, but when Johnny finds out Arnold is in town and what he did to Sammi, we're going to see Johnny raging to his grandpa Roman. And then Roman tells him the ugly truth of Johnny's own origin story. EJ's son is going to be so disgusted to find out Sammi never would have had him if she'd not been forced by EJ to be in his bed, that Johnny might lose his temper to the extreme enough to shoot his dad. Although, as I said, it would be out of character for him. But in the Day of Days promo, Johnny does punch his dad, EJ, in the face over it, deservedly so. All right, the seventh and final person on my list is in a coma right now, and that is Clyde Weston. However, comas, like deaths, never last on Days of Our Lives. Whether it's a few weeks, like Rafe's recent coma, or a few decades, like Megan Hathaway's, comas are never permanent on Days. So Clyde is due to wake up one day, could be in the next couple of months, and he hates the DiMeras. You know, he tried to kill Chad before, and he did kill Chad's wife, Abby. And never forget, Clyde hates EJ in particular and tried to kill him before. In fact, Clyde is the reason EJ was gone so long off of the Salem scene, and that the recast came around with Dan Feuerriegel. So Clyde may wake up and think, hey, I'm going to go kill my least favorite DiMera today as soon as I'm feeling a little better. However, I really don't think it'll be Clyde, since I believe EJ's reaction would be a lot stronger to seeing Clyde in the living room. And by the way, here we go. In case you don't remember, I'm going to show you the shooting scene from the Day of Days promo. Look at it, think about the list. Let me know in the comments who you think pulls the trigger.
What are you doing?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.